Good morning. Welcome to Healing Humanity. My name is Dina, and I want to talk to you today about authenticity. So, all along my path, I have faced so many different obstacles, and I've explained quite a few of them, and I won't go there. But one of the things that I believe truly helped me was the level of desire to stay authentic and true to my own nature, not to give in to the fear or the politics or the control or the competition, even because competition isn't healthy. We as a society honestly are supposed to be joined together. We're supposed to be journeying together to ascend, to become whole, right, in God's kingdom. And I know if you're not a believer, this seems like a fairy tale, and I get that. But since the beginning, this has been a struggle for all people, especially between men and women, and it still is to today. There's there's trouble with like having external authority or giving into external authority versus believing and living in your authentic inner truth. And when you can tap into your inner truth, when you can just use the word of God, the Bible, as your guiding light, you cannot fail. And it may seem like you're failing, but you're not. It's all for the glory of God. And we need to remember that. We need to embody what Christ taught us. And, when our soul is facing obstacles and fear and doubt, desire, or like somebody wants to control or you want to control things, you need to realize that you don't belong to anything but God. You are not bound by anything. You are not held down. You can rise. Mary Magdalene used to say that she wrote in her gospel that that we are not bound, that we are free, and we have to get that clarity back. We have to get that knowledge and that desire back to tap into that we are free, no matter what happens around us. That the divine is within us, and it's not out there. It's not something to be worshipped. Something at a distance. It's within us. It's within you. And this journey is for all people. This journey is for everyone to get to that inner truth within, to merge yourself with the immortal, to embody that direct experience that is available for you and apply that to your life, right? Um, the soul, our soul wears a garment. It's an ego, and we hold on to that so tightly, thinking that that's who we truly are. And when we start to let go of that, we start to realize the best thing for us is to let go of the ego, is to let go of control, is to the um, allow the divine to guide us and to nurture us and to um, enlighten us. Really, there's like I said, there should be a balance, and right now and for ages there has not been a balance between the masculine and the feminine, and the only way that we are able to rise as a collective, as a whole, is to stand together. you know that way humanity can rise. And I know that there's such a struggle with that. There really is, and it's frustrating for me to watch and for me to go through it honestly, because we have been taught since the dawn of time, although man um, has removed this, but Jesus said, um, through Mary, that in my innermost self I delight in God's law, but in my members I perceive another law, which is at war with the law of my intelligence, and which build which holds me captive to the law of sin. You see, she was describing that because of the laws that we make for man, other than the ones that were given directly by God in the Torah, that we are bound by those laws that we write, that we state, and it's not it's not it's not allowing us to be free to rise, to become our best selves. Um, it says, you know, she said to shun the law of the legislator, which brings enslavement, and that's Mary 9 2 through 4 and 18 and verse 8, chapter 18 verse 20. You know, and if we did that, if we reviewed the laws that are in place right now, the things that are keeping people separate, the things that are causing competition, the things that are honestly causing businesses even to have inner competition, it's it's a horrendous thing to watch. We were supposed to become aware and transform ourselves through that awareness, and to help one another do that, not to cause people stress, not to cause people um, loss and sacrifice. These laws, these new found directives are not benefiting men and women as a whole, as a collective, as humanity. Um, and the only way that we're going to rise is to let go of the fear mentality, let go of the lack mentality, let go of the struggle of between conformity and authenticity, to to release your expectations to God, to the divine, to allow him to guide us to where it is that we all need to go. You know, when we're facing this world and we stick to the laws that man made, that are not God made, if it's not in the Bible, it is not God made. And if we don't stick to his word, we are enslaving ourselves to something that is not godly. And that's where this craziness comes from. It's like an inversion, right? Everything that was supposed to be good is now bad, and everything that was really bad or evil has now turned to something that we uplift and hold as a benefit to us. But it's truly not. Look at the way people act when they think that they're not getting what they want. Threats, violence, deceit, deceiving people, hurting people, shunning people. It's not an inclusive reaction. It's trying to manifest things through a craving and an ego and hunger for more money and status and things. That craving feeds our ego and not our soul. And we need to start looking at that. We need to start rewriting these directives, these laws, these enslaving mentalities that that do not allow us to manifest, our life to align with our soul purpose. I'm just reading here really quickly. It says, "See God with the eye of the heart, not the mind, because the mind doubts." So I would just encourage you to consider, who you're listening to, what you're listening to, what you're planning, and how you react to what you perceive is a loss or a failure, because your reactions are being viewed, your reactions are being judged. So I, as someone who tries to walk in the light, tries to share the light, tries to share the benefits of walking with the law of Christ rather than the law of man, I just encourage you today to just take a moment and consider how you react and how you perceive your future through the edicts that you're looking to guide you. Is it truly of your ego or ego based, or is it truly through the Word of God, through the divine guidance that He can give you? Until next time, my friends, keep healing.